like it's been like ages since we've done this. Which is good. That means that we've built up a lot of really good things to say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to this episode, to be honest. Good. I'm glad. I must say, I just absolutely love your outfit today.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's very cute.
You know, I finished the 75 days.
Yes. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I lost a total of 15 pounds.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
What was your goal going into it?
I didn't really have one. I had like weekly goals that I didn't always meet. Sometimes I did. But yeah, I didn't really have any expectations for the entirety of the thing. So I'd
say that's a very good outcome then for not having like a specific goal. I'd say that's awesome.
I'm pleased.
You look great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And obviously you feel great, which is a bonus.
I had COVID also.
Yes.
Hence why it's been a while since our last episode.
Yes.
I got sick and
here we are.
We're back.
I love it. Well, thank you for joining us today, Allie. So, and when I say us, I mean your boobs and my hair extensions.
Yes.
Where is this outfit from?
Shein.
Oh,
yes.
Really?
I've had it for a while. I've never worn it because my ass did not fit, and
I'm like shocked by the quality.
Thank you.
Like it's gorgeous.
Wow. I can't keep the belt to stay on. For those of you who are listening, it's a blazer dress with a belt.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, if you're still listening to our podcast and not watching, then you're really missing out.
Maybe you want to listen while you're driving.
That's fine. But then I hope that you listen first and then watch later.
Oh, well, okay. That's a time commitment.
We're worth it. One thing I would like to start off with and just mention, I meant to bring this up like months ago.
Okay.
And I keep forgetting. And then over those last few months, I keep seeing more instances of this that I need to bring it up. So probably about 6 months ago, I went shopping at the mall and I was going into the entrance by like Tim Hortons and Pennington's there.
Yeah.
So as I was coming up to the doors, there's like a huge picture of a female model and she's like smiling.
I think it's Ashley Graham.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's a plus size model.
Oh, then I'm really sorry that I don't know who that is, but I just don't. Anyways, sure. Well, somebody had printed out a very large mouth with missing teeth and pasted it over top of the mouth of the model. Now I'm going to show Allie, and then I will post this as part of the podcast as well. And so then because I thought it was super, super funny. And so then I just went on living my life. I'm going to have to find it later because it's just going to take me too long, but I will post it. So I went on with my life, and then a few months goes by and I see one outside of Toys R Us on one of the kids models that's like in the mall behind all the little like, electronic things. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, I don't even know what they're called.
Those rides?
The rides, thank you. So I saw like a kid with this like weird mouth on it, and I was like, who on earth is doing this? So then I went to Brooks Landing the other day and I saw one on one of the male models outside of Moore's.
Okay.
And I was like, who is this? Like, it's like a form of vandalism, but like it's like a very harmless, like, you don't really notice it right away, and it's really, really funny. I'm gonna try to find this.
Sounds
because
hilarious.
It is really hilarious, and the problem is that I took this photo so long ago, and so I just don't know. It's gonna take me a long time to find this, so I will post this in this moment right here, and then you're gonna laugh. So Allie, just pretend to laugh. Just pretend to laugh. And yeah, so that's my big mouth story.
Okay.
Should we play the Millennial Quiz?
Let's play the Millennial Quiz. Okay, I have 6 pictures today.
Oh, 6.
6. Okay. Here is the first one. I'm going to show the camera.
Yeah, show the camera first.
Oop. Okay, who's this?
Okay, so first of all, it's the big comfy couch.
That's correct.
But I don't remember her name because the doll's name's Molly.
That's right.
I don't remember. Oh, Lynette.
Lunette.
Thank you.
I think because she's loony. Because she's a clown.
That makes sense. That's funny.
Lunette.
You know, I don't remember much from that show other than the clock thing and like sitting on the couch.
The dust bunnies.
And then
do you remember the
wasn't there
postman?
like a raccoon? Oh no.
Major Bedhead.
Major Bedhead.
He's a clown. He rode a unicycle and he delivered the mail.
Wasn't there like an older lady?
Yeah, her grandma, but I don't really remember what her, her name was. Yeah.
That's like a fever dream.
Yeah.
Like I totally forgot about that show. I used to lay on the carpet and like try to do the clock thing.
Me too.
With my legs and like try to do it like Lunette.
That is so funny.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Did you know that there was like a rumor going around that Lunette the clown and Steve from Blue's Clues were dating?
I thought that they were married.
No, they're not.
Oh yeah, I heard that rumor.
There's just like a photo of them together.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I totally heard that rumor. I thought that they were married.
No.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It is. Okay. Here's one. Who's this?
The cast of That's So Raven.
That's So Raven.
I loved That's So Raven.
Me too.
Oh, fantastic.
Me too. And you know what's really disappointing? Okay, what was the best part of that whole show? The theme song.
The theme song. Okay, the theme song was amazing.
So good. So I was talking to Kurt about it. He'd never seen it because he's older and a boy. And
that makes sense.
So I was like, oh, you have to hear this theme song. It's so good. So I go into Disney Plus. I pull up That's So Raven. They don't put the theme song on the episodes.
What?
There's no theme song. It just goes right into the episode.
Why? That's weird. I've never even heard of that before.
But it's disappointing.
Okay, I'm writing a letter to Disney Plus.
Disappointing.
I find that very, very strange, to be honest.
Me too. Okay, next one. Who's this?
Oh, that looks like JoJo.
It's JoJo.
In her Leave, Get Out.
Yes.
Leave right now. The music video. I freaking love that song.
So good.
I found that song again a few months ago. It's a banger.
It is a banger.
Great.
So good.
Fantastic song.
Okay, this one I love. Okay. What is this?
Oh, okay. I don't know what they're called, but they like fly around and those are amazing. Yes.
Sky Dancer.
I didn't even know that's what they're called, to be honest.
You don't have siblings, so you don't know about this. Actually, I had this exact one, but you would pull the string and you would make it fly right into like your sister's face.
Oh. I've seen a video of one like flying into a fireplace. Yeah.
I've seen that.
And the little girl was just like so disappointed.
But guess what? They hurt. So
I could see that because they're made of like very hard plastic.
Yeah. That's what I used to do. Okay.
That's what I used to do.
Next. I don't really think you'll know this one, but I hope that you do.
Show the camera first.
Okay. Who are these? Who are these people? What are they from?
I have absolutely no idea. A movie?
Yeah.
I don't even recognize a single one of them.
Oh my God. Okay. This is the cast of Tu Wong Fu. It's a movie about drag queens from the 90s. This is Patrick Swayze.
No.
Yes. This is Wesley Snipes.
Oh my God.
And this is, oh my God, I can never say his name. John.
Leguizamo.
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's
it is
insane.
Such a good movie. I love it.
What's it called?
Tu Wong Fu.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Yeah, never seen it.
It's so good.
Never even heard of it.
Love it. One of my favorites. Okay, and now here is the last one. You'll know this one for sure.
Babe. Pig in the City.
Well, this is just the regular Babe.
Never seen it. Never seen any of the Babes.
Oh my God. My dad loves Babe.
Really?
Yes.
That's such a weird thing for like a grown man to love.
I don't know. He likes it.
That's so weird. Just PS. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yes. Yes. Do you know what that movie's about?
No.
Okay, so he's a pig and he lives on a farm, and I think it's something like he's going to get killed or something, kind of like Wilbur. from Charlotte's Web.
I love Charlotte's Web.
It's been a long time since I've seen this movie, but he ends up like learning how to like herd sheep, just like a dog.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
But he can't talk in the movie.
No, he can talk.
Okay, to the other animals.
To the other animals,
right.
Not to the
not
people.
to people.
Yes.
Okay. And so then they keep him around because he can herd the sheep.
Yeah.
See, and it's kind of funny how like a bunch of movies like that all came out around the same time, because that came out around the same time as Charlotte's Web.
Yes.
You know, so then like a pig that can spell is gonna get saved. You know? Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
Like late 90s, early 2000s movies were just the absolute best.
Yes.
You know, movies I really miss? Stuart Little.
Oh, I think I saw that in theaters, but I never saw it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I watched that movie a lot when I was a kid. That's a great movie.
Did you ever watch Fly Away Home?
Yes.
So good.
Fly Away Home is absolutely amazing.
With Anna Paquin.
Yes.
And Jeff
Daniels. Fantastic movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, I still have that movie on DVD because it was part of like my dad's DVD stash. And so I just like kept it because I was like, oh, that's so cute that my dad
We
had
would
that
watch
movie.
it at my grandma's house because she had like 3 movies. And that was one of them.
That was one of them? She only had 3 movies?
Yeah.
My gosh, it sounds terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't a child-oriented place.
Apparently not. My grandparents had a whole bunch of VHSs. They had like a really tall shelf just filled with VHS. And so that's why I've seen like Twister so many times and Grease so many times.
Grease. I love Grease.
Oh my gosh, I love Grease. I watched Titanic again for the other day, which is like my favorite movie of all time.
It's too long.
Oh no. It's like action-packed all the way through.
My sister rented it 1,000,000 times.
Oh, really?
And I just can't anymore.
Remember going to Blockbuster and picking movies? For a while there was still a video store in South Nanaimo.
Yes, you're right.
For a little while, and then now it's all gone, which is so lame. Because like I would still love to do that. I would rent movies all the time.
I have zero way of playing a DVD.
Oh, me neither.
I don't have anything.
Oh, I guess we can play it on the PS5, but.
Right? You can,
you?
You
can.
You know what's stupid? The Wii. You can't play a DVD on the Wii, even though it's a disc. It's the same size.
Yeah.
Why?
I know.
Why?
I know. And like, I was so into the Wii for so long, and then now it's just... I had to give mine away eventually because I just didn't play with it. Well, mine started sounding like a jet engine was taking off, and like it was bad. So there was definitely something wrong with it.
Oh my God. Okay. You're still trying to find that photo.
I'm still trying to find this photo. But
That's
the thing is that I know that the photo's on here because Jeremy and I went out for dinner last night, and I was looking through old screenshots of like old text messages that he had sent me because I like kept all that kind of stuff.
That's cute.
And I found the photo of the mouth, and that's why it got me thinking about it. And I should have had it all teed up and ready to go, but I was like not fully prepared. And so now it's just very anticlimactic to what I was wanting to talk about. So I know that it's on here. It's just that problem of like, when did you actually take the photo and where is it? So
okay, well, I'm going to move on to my next topic. It's been so long since we've done this that the last episode I said I was going to a Whitecaps game that weekend. So I went to the Whitecaps game. Maybe that's where I got COVID. We're not sure. And I just have to say, like, I just don't get the point
of going to a Whitecaps game,
like, or just in general. Like,
you're not a big soccer fan.
No. And so it was a different experience. It was weird. It was like, and everyone knows exactly what to do, and there's songs.
Yeah, and I've heard that too. I've never been to a game either.
When the players first come out, everybody chants, or everybody says like the Whitecaps players' names. Everybody says it.
Really?
It comes up on the screen and everyone says it all at the same time. It's weird.
That is kind of weird.
When the opposing team comes out, they'll say like, I don't know one person's name in soccer, but they'll say so-and-so, so-and-so, wanker.
What? Really?
Yeah. Why?
That's so
stupid.
Weird.
And then this is the thing that I hate is when the players roll around on the ground pretending like they're hurt, like just little babies. And so I guess after somebody does that, then every time they touch the ball after that, everybody boos.
What?
Which is kind of funny. But
that is really funny.
It's like, what?
Because the only thing that I've heard about the Whitecaps fans is that there's like a specific couple of sections that they all sit in, and it's like really rowdy and really fun and loud.
There's one section that's called general admission, and they all have flags.
Oh,
so it's like, I don't even think they can see because there's so many flags. They all have flags. Someone's probably going to get hit in the face. Like, that's not for me.
And the score was a
0-0.
Yeah.
Like,
abysmal.
Like jerking off and nothing happens. That's what that game was. Like, what is the point? There literally was no point.
And it's a 3 p.m. game, so like, you know, you get hammered and then you can't even like do anything else after because you're just like done for the night.
Also, the game. Okay, so the game was at 3:00. We wanted to come back the same day,
right? Because
why not? The last ferry was at 8:00.
Oh,
so we like pretty much
rush to get there.
Yeah, so the game was over. I don't know, 5:30, 6. I don't know. And then it's like, okay, you can maybe go for a drink. You can't have like dinner.
No,
there's no time. Then you have to go to the ferry.
Oh yeah, what a bummer.
Kind of lame.
I've never been to a game.
Is very early for the last ferry.
Yeah, well, on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. Although I was reading an article that said that they're really short-staffed.
Yeah,
so they're cutting a bunch of the sailings. So
that's true.
That kind of makes sense. But yeah, I've always wanted to go to a Whitecaps game. I like soccer, but it does make for a boring game when there's like zero scoring at all. So that kind of sucks.
But oh god, it happens a lot, I think.
Was it a pretty full arena?
It was busier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, for an afternoon game.
Yeah.
And who are they playing again? LA?
New York.
New York, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. New York Football Club.
New York Football Club. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that your game wasn't that great. Before I talk about something to do with that, I'm just going to interject because I found the photo.
Oh my god.
It's in my camera album called Funny. Oh. So I don't know how I didn't look there
I
sooner.
better be like pissing my pants after this build up.
Okay, well, here's a close up.
Okay, it's kind of funny.
Okay, so that's a close up of the actual photo, and then like this is the model.
Oh boy.
Like, so when I first walked up, you don't even notice it right away, and then when you actually get up to it, you're like, what is happening there? And so I haven't taken photos of the other ones that I found, but they all have the same mouth. So just imagine like the children outside of Toys R Us.
And how big is that like sticker, do you think?
It has to be like 4 or 5 feet, I would say, or 4 feet across, maybe. Like it's like, well, maybe not, maybe like big? 3 feet, but like it's a big mouth. Like, like that's the thing. This had to be like professionally printed.
Who? Like someone spent money on that.
Well, somebody found a picture of a mouth and then spent money to get this printed, and then somehow got up there to paste it on there, and it had to have stayed on there for a long time because I feel like I've seen it more than one time. Because you can't really tell when if you're not really looking, you know? Anyways, I'm really sorry to hear that your Whitecaps game wasn't very good because I went to a Canucks game a few days after you went to the Whitecaps, and the game that we went and saw was awesome. Of any of the Canucks games that I've ever been to, they've always lost horribly, and so I was really excited to go to a game. They were playing the Habs. We knew it was going to be like a really back and forth, really exciting game. And the fun thing about seeing a Habs game is that, you know, because it's another Canadian team, you have so many Habs fans that come to these games. So like half of the arena were Habs fans, and we had like Canucks and Habs all the way around us. There was just so much trash talk, and like the Habs scored first within the first like minute, so the whole place just went crazy. And then the Canucks scored right after, so then everyone went crazy again. It was hilarious, and they were doing the 50-50 was to benefit Ukraine, so it got up to like almost 1.7 million, which was nuts. And so after they announced the number, like a few minutes later, there's like a ton of commotion happening in the section right beside us.
Oh my god.
And there's a guy, and he's standing up, and he's got his ticket, and he's like, yeah, and he's freaking out, and everyone around him's like, yes, and they're throwing beer, and people are clapping, and people are going nuts, and he's like so excited, and he's totally selling it, and then he just like stops and like rips up his ticket and he was joking and everyone's like howling, laughing. Oh my God.
Because I was going to say, what are the chances the winner is actually there?
Well, exactly. Because
anyone can buy that.
Exactly. What are the chances? And like, that's like really ballsy to like announce it while you're in a
someone's gonna beat you up to take your ticket.
Well, because like the winner was $750,000.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, all I was thinking was, oh my God, I hope that nobody like tackles this guy and takes his ticket. Like he had to have already gone to claim it or something, you know.
Yeah. Only a man could have done that.
I know. And then he just starts like ripping it up, and he's just like so like acting it all up, like he's just being such a ham, and like everyone's just killing themselves laughing. It was so
that's
funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah, the energy was like really, really good in there. It was a good time.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
I know, it was good. So we also had a party for you.
We did.
It was a non-engagement party.
It was not an engagement party, but it was very fun. I was really happy that everyone came.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for bringing all the decorations and the flowers.
No problem.
And thank you, Chelsea, for hosting the party at her house.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. I like always go overboard when it comes to anything to do with parties, and so I like went to Costco and got all these flowers, and then I went to Party City and I had like all of these things in a basket, and then I thought, okay, this is just like ridiculous. I just like need to put some of these things back. But it was really fun. Like,
it was really fun.
Lots of really great food, and it was nice to just hang around with a bunch of girls for a little bit, and we drank some Prosecco, and Tash did tarot card readings, which was awesome. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out.
It was a beautiful day. We actually got to sit outside.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Yeah, and then like a bunch of us had to leave for work, and you guys just kept doing your thing.
I kept it going. So yeah, I've discovered wine is not the best thing for me to drink because someone is, usually constantly topping up your glass.
Chelsea was really on the top ups.
Yes.
She never let your glass go below half.
Yes, there's certain people in my life that I can depend on for that. But I have no idea how much I drank. I really don't.
That's fair. I think that was
much.
That was my problem with Halloween, because I just kept topping it up.
Yes.
I never let it get empty, so I have no idea how much I actually drank.
When you're drinking like a beer out of a can, or like, even if you're at a restaurant and you're ordering like cocktails, you know how much you're drinking because you finish the drink, then you start a new one. But like with wine, it's like you're constantly getting topped up. You always have a full glass. You have
Especially
no idea.
when you're sharing with other people. And so then when they drink, you drink.
Yeah. So I got a little wild. And also, so I would say starting earlier in the day, it leaves just so much more time for drinking.
That's true.
Whereas like if we started the party at like 7 at night, I had to work the next day. So I'm like, I probably would have only stayed till like 9 or 10. So there's only so much drinking you can actually do in 2 to 3 hours. So.
That's very, very true. Whatever.
The earlier it was all about
you. So with that though, how is wedding planning going?
Well, I haven't really started.
You haven't like done anything?
No.
You haven't even like been looking at stuff?
Not really.
I send you TikToks all the time.
I know, and I like them, and it gives me ideas.
Okay,
but I haven't really seriously started looking at all.
The one that I sent you today about the wine bottles, did you watch that one? So I've seen this before, and it was something I wish that I had done at my wedding. And it's where you get a wine bottle and you put it on every single table, and that's your table number. So each one has like the number on it. And then you get them specially made with like a blank label. So everyone signs that's at the table, signs the bottle. And then you're supposed to drink that bottle every year on your anniversary. So like your first anniversary, your second anniversary, your third anniversary.
But people are just going to drink they're just going to open the bottle and drink it.
Well, you hope that they don't do that. You put a little sign that says, please don't drink this bottle of wine. We're gonna have it on our first anniversary. Sign your name on the bottle and we'll enjoy it and think of you. Which is I like that idea. I think you should do that.
That's nice. I like it.
Right? I know.
I think we'll most likely end up getting married at a winery. I'm thinking.
Well, exactly. So you could ask them if they could do the table numbers for you. See, that's a good idea.
Yeah. That's
and then
a very good idea.
It's wine that you like, and you know it's wine from where you got married.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wish that the island had more wineries because I would have loved to have gotten married at a winery too. But like even Victoria has some really nice ones.
Yes.
Like Church and State, I think, is in Victoria, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And they have a really neat venue for weddings. So, and I mean, 40 Knots is just gorgeous.
I love it.
Absolutely fantastic. Had I known about that place sooner, I would have been all over that.
I know.
So I'm like heavily pushing for you to do that so I can live vicariously through you because it's so
it's
beautiful.
It's a possibility for sure.
It's gorge. Like we've talked about that before, obviously.
We have, yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm going to be like on you about wedding planning.
I know. Well, we're going to go look at wedding dresses like at the end of May.
Yes, which I'm very excited about.
Me too.
I just cannot wait to see you in a wedding dress.
I know.
And B, I just want to see like the style that you tend to go for.
I'm going to lose some more weight before then.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you obviously want to feel like your best when you go and do that because it's just like shopping. Like, you know, when you go clothes shopping and you don't feel,
oh my God,
you don't
when
like
you're not
how you
feeling
look.
it.
No. And then everything looks terrible.
Everything looks bad.
You can't find anything.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with that.
You have to prepare yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Physically and mentally.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'll do my top 5.
Yeah, do your top 5.
Okay. So my top 5 this week is top 5 ways that you can collaborate with another small business. So number 1, host a podcast.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. We're already doing that. Check. I mean, that was just a really great way for us to come together. You know, podcasts are not that difficult to put together.
Yeah.
You can even do it just on your phone. We record on Zoom and then we use like Adobe Audition to do the audio, but you can do it all on Zoom if you want to. And that just gives you a new medium to get your stuff out. We've talked before about how video goes a long way. So it gives you a lot of content that you can break up, and it allows you just to maybe partner with somebody who you're friends with but who's in a different industry that you can talk about those different things, right? And it just gets like different followers as well, because obviously you have your own set of followers and I do too, right? So that's a really great, easy way. If you have any questions about how to get started, just reach out to us and we're happy to help. Second one, host a local pop-up like fair or market. So I had done something like this when I was doing wedding planning, and I had like a little bridal pop-up, and it was a way for me to showcase my talents, my services, but then also work with other local vendors. Like, you know, we had a wedding dress shop, and we had some rentals, and we had a photo booths, and a photographer, and we did it at a winery. And so it just allows you to promote other vendors. Usually it's not that expensive to do, especially if you're finding a location like another business who also wants to be promoted and will allow you to host it there. But even like renting a little hall is not that expensive, and you can even get the other vendors to try and help pitch in as well, so it works out for everybody. This is just a really great way to meet other vendors, but it also gives your clients like a little bit more value when they can go and shop multiple places. And it can be done in like literally any industry, you know, so it doesn't matter even if you don't have a product, like, you know, even a realtor fair is great. Like I know you guys have done little events like that through Vireb, for instance. Yeah. And so I was thinking about doing that with Pack Rim, where I try and invite other like construction industry vendors to come and just set up a booth. And even if it's just handing out your pamphlets and giving information, not necessarily giving a product, it's just a way for clients to come and meet you and see your brand. There is a market going on April 9th that's hosted by the Little Big Market, Nanaimo. And it's out on Spruceton Road. My friend Alex is hosting it along with Jessica, who is one of our followers, the Bee's Knees. So they're doing that on April 9th. I believe they already have all their vendors secured and ready to go. They have quite a long list of vendors, and that's all like handmade, homemade, homegrown, local stuff. So definitely go and check that one out. And then maybe, you know, if this is something that you're interested in doing for your own business, that's a really good way to maybe chat with those ladies, chat with those vendors, and see how you can do something similar. I know House of Muse also did like a little shopping event last week, and they had other vendors, like Tila was there doing a booth, and that also just gives you a new way to get your product out there and meet some new people. promote other businesses through your business, whether that's like offering their products or even just signage at their location. So for instance, where we get our nails done, Peach, she now has like Orca Gems jewelry or Cocoa candles there. And so that's a really great way to get your product out in a new environment. Maybe you don't have an actual storefront location and you're only selling it online. Finding another business that you can kind of collaborate with and say, hey, do you mind if I put some of my products there? Maybe I'll give you a referral, or maybe I'll give you like a discount to sell those. And then that now just shows your product to new people who didn't know about it anymore.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost either business really anything to do that if you can find a nice relationship with that. Cross promote on social media. Instagram is really great with this now, where if you have a business Instagram, you can actually collaborate with another business through your post. So when you post something, you can actually tag that other business, and then right across the top of the post it says like Pack Rim LS is collaborating with Allie Morrison or the Ball Guy Real Estate Group. So that really helps your algorithm. And even if it's just like a, hey, I dropped by Allie's office today, took a picture of the both of us, and then now I'm collaborating with Allie on this post, it helps the both of us on Instagram with your business page.
That's true.
So that's a really easy thing to do. And my last one, which I don't see this a whole lot, but it's kind of a cool thing, is like a social media takeover. So you could do this for like a day or half a day or an hour, where like I give you the login to my Pack Rim account, and Allie posts a bunch of stuff throughout that hour that's like about you or about your product, still is in lining with my brand, but it just allows you to then engage with my followers. And so this is a really neat thing to do if you have a product that is very similar, or a service that's very similar to somebody else. Hey guys, I'm doing a social media takeover today of Pack Rim Log Structures from 12 to 2, and I'm going to post a whole bunch of stuff, and you can pre-plan all of those things, and it just kind of allows you then to showcase your stuff to new people, and those people might then go, oh, this is kind of cool, like who are these people? I didn't even know about this product or this service. So maybe reach out to people that you know and say, hey, let's do a swap, let's do a social media takeover for a day or whatever. So those are my top 5 ways to collaborate.
We have not podcasted in so long that we never talked about the last episode of Salt Lake City.
Yes.
I didn't really prepare anything about it though, but how did you feel overall about it?
I kind of feel like there wasn't really resolution.
No.
And I feel like Lisa just digs herself in deeper and deeper and deeper. And clearly, by everything that Meredith says, is that she obviously just doesn't really want to be friends with Lisa anymore, and doesn't really feel like Lisa's apologies have any weight, because Lisa said a lot of really damaging things, and it all came out on camera, and she holds herself accountable, but not really.
I don't think she holds herself accountable at all.
Yeah, and so it's like she apologizes for it, but then doesn't hold herself accountable for it. And so, you know, she says to Meredith, I'm really, really sorry. I'm just so sorry. You know, I had heard that you had said something bad about my house. And Meredith is like, what did I say about your house? And
which
Lisa goes,
would not justify it, by the way.
You just like didn't like my renovations of my house. And Meredith is like, okay. So I didn't like your house, so you are just going to completely trash my entire character and my integrity on camera.
Like, that just makes no sense.
Sounds good. Good to know. Like,
yes.
You can't justify that. I'm sorry.
No. Not at all. Not at all. The other thing that I will say is it feels like everyone is so scared of Jennifer Shaw that nobody is going to actually hold her feet to the fire, because she, like how with Erica Jane, everyone was questioning her on the show. The reunion, they went hard on Erica, and Erica's not actually accused of anything illegal. She's not potentially going to jail. It's just, they're all so scared of Jen.
That's true.
That nobody's going to say anything about it. So I was disappointed that nobody really went in on Jen, including Andy.
That's true, because with Erica, all of the women they wouldn't let it go.
No.
Like they were like
Nor should they.
They were beating a dead horse at some points, and they were really like, they talked about it a lot between all of them, and they weren't sure how to proceed and what to do, and they talked to their lawyers and everything. And then the reunion, I mean, it was basically 2 whole episodes of just talking about Erica.
Yeah.
And you're right, she wasn't even accused of anything.
No.
And
what I did not like, and it changed my opinion of Heather when she said, I don't care if she's guilty, she's still my friend. I'm like, oh, but like there's like actual real victims of her. And like, you know, I mean, I love you, but if you defrauded many old people, I wouldn't want to be friends with you anymore. Because
exactly.
Like, who wants to be friends with somebody like that?
Yeah, I mean, because you're kind of just accrediting the whole situation, and you're justifying it and making it seem like it's okay that happened. And she hasn't been convicted of anything, and she hasn't even gone to trial of anything. Not yet. But at the same time, you wouldn't be hunted by the FBI and Homeland Security and NYPD and all of these things if there wasn't justifiable cause, you know? And the fact that Stuart is also being brought up about those same charges, but then Jen keeps saying like, well, we weren't even business partners. Like, I don't even know what he's talking about or what that is.
Story about Stu changed.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
So it went from like, oh, you're making me money to like, well, no, he's not a business partner. Like now she's just quick to distance.
Well, yeah. And how she was kind of saying like, no, we weren't in business together. Like we weren't business partners at all. But then it's like, well, but you guys were so close, and like that doesn't make any sense then. So like you worked together, but you weren't business partners.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that he pled guilty does not look good.
It doesn't look good for her at all. I find it interesting, though, that the trial was supposed to be 2 days ago, and it got pushed to July now.
I know.
Which I wonder why.
I don't know. I wonder what that means for season 3 of Salt Lake City.
Right.
Because they started filming at the perfect time for the trial to be included. Now that's been pushed, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah, I was surprised for sure. I kind of felt unresolved when I was watching it, and the fact that Mary wasn't there also bothers me because I feel like they weren't able to kind of address a lot of those situations as well and really deal with that. I mean, she's not on the show anymore, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But I also thought that the whole thing with Jenny and Dewey and about the sister wife thing, I mean, he at no point in time was he sorry for saying those things, and it still seems like he still does want that. Yeah. So I feel bad for her.
We'll never know because she's gone.
She's gone. She's not on the show anymore. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm excited to see the next season and how it all unfolds. That's for sure. And then when does Beverly Hills come out?
They actually gave a release date the other day, and I don't remember. I want to say it's in May.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
And then the new Selling Sunset comes out April 22nd. Yeah, I know you don't really care, but I'm really excited about that. The Bachelor was insane, by the way. Oh my God.
I heard about it.
It was absolutely insane. I just can't even believe it. And now going into the Bachelorette is going to be even crazier because now there's 2 Bachelorettes.
Wait, on the same season?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have no idea how it's going to work.
Okay.
Like, are they dating the same guys? So when they get to the rose ceremony, are they going to be like, okay, so do you want him? And like, no, actually, I wanted him. Like, do they talk about it beforehand? So I have no idea. Like, are the guys, when they get there, are they just like, oh, I like Gabby more than I like Rachel, so I'm going to go after Gabby? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand
how that works.
Yes, I have no idea. I think that the show just felt so bad for what Clayton did to both of them that, like, they offered it to both of them.
Oh, is that what happened?
So basically, I'll just give a very short rundown, but basically there was 3 ladies left.
I just didn't know who the Bachelorettes were.
Yeah, so Gabby and Rachel.
Or care.
Honestly, though, it was pretty crazy.
It sounded like it.
It's basically there was 3 ladies left. They were in Iceland, and we got to Fantasy Suites, and he, went on a date with one of them and slept with her, told her that he loved her, went on a date with the second one, slept with her, told her that he loved her. And then when it came to the third one, Susie said, you know, I just have a really big problem if you've told anybody else that you love them and if you've slept with anybody else.
What do you think is going to happen on this show?
Well, and he said, he was like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I have slept with the other two, and I have told them that, like, I'm falling in love with them.
Yeah.
And Susie said, well, I just, like, I can't forgive that. And he said, but you told me to explore my relationships fully. Like, to me, that means explore them fully.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I know, it's just I have a really big problem, and I just don't think I can come back from that. And he's like, okay, but if that was such a big deal, then you should have told me about that, because I wouldn't have done that had I known that, because she was obviously the one that he wanted to be with.
Oh.
And so she was like, I just don't think I can let that go. And so then he kind of like a switch flicked, and he was like, I don't even know who you are. You need to get out.
Oh my God.
I want nothing to do with you. So he like kicks her out, and she was like, can't we talk about this? And he's like, well, no, because if you're not even gonna fight for this, and like if that's your deal breaker and you didn't even tell me about it, and then you're not even gonna try and fight for this, like, then what are we even doing? So she leaves. He goes to the rose ceremony with just the two of them, Gabby and Rachel, and tells them, I've told all three of you women that I loved you, and I've slept with the both of you, and now I told Susie, and this is what's going on. And the two of them were like heartbroken. Gabby was pissed and was like, who are you to just tell three women that you're in love with them? Like, you can't do that.
It's called The Bachelor.
I know, but she was like, you can't just like be in love with three people. That's just not how this works. And then he's like please stay, I want you to meet my family, like, please stay. So they stay for another week, and then he goes to Susie and he's like, I want to be with you. And she's like, I still don't think I can do it. And so then he goes and breaks up with the other two at the same time. He goes into the room and he's like, I'm breaking up with both of you. And they're like, what? So now they are like, did we not mean anything to you? Like, what are we even talking about? So then he goes back to Susie and proposes to her. And she's like, I have to leave Iceland for myself. Like, I can't go down this road with you. Like, I need some time. And then they announce at the finale that, like, after a few months, they eventually got together. So now they're together. So then you put these other two through this, like, total emotional rigmarole. Rigmarole is my word of the day. And then now they're both the Bachelorette. And I have zero idea how it's going to go. It's just very bizarre.
Interesting.
Looking forward to it, though. Oh, have you been watching Big Brother Canada?
No.
I don't normally watch that show, but there's a guy from Nanaimo who I know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll watch this. Why not?
Is it good?
I only watched the first couple of episodes because, first of all, none of the people that are on the show I would be friends with. Like, they're all just like big egos, big personalities.
I think you have to be to go on that show.
I agree with you. Like, it's where I'm there to play a game. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I'm going to like form an alliance with you and then I'm going to screw somebody else over. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just not like that.
Yeah.
And so it gets a bit exhausting watching it. And the house that they're in is designed to be like a board game. So you kind of like, it feels like you're on like a Wheel of Fortune game, but like in the game. So there's like neon lights everywhere. There's like a big spinning wheel. There's like all the doors have like dollar signs on them. You go into a bedroom and it's like all gold and like money everywhere. And like, it's very weird. So I honestly, it gives me overstimulation just watching the show. I can't imagine living in there.
Yeah, being in there 24/7.
Yeah, so it's a bit too much. There's like a lot of flashing lights. I just can't. So I haven't really watched it because it's kind of stupid. but I was watching it because Herman was on it, and like I know him,
Is
so
he
I'm like,
still
well,
on
that's
it?
kind of cool. I don't know because I haven't watched the last like 7 episodes. It's on like 3 times a week because it's live.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
So they're on the show for 70 days if you make it the whole way.
Well, good luck.
So good luck to Herman. I hope you're still on the show because no idea.
We won't know, but
no, we won't.
Okay. What I have been watching, And I know that you won't care about this, but How I Met Your Father just came out.
Oh, so it's officially come out. I thought it had already been out for a while.
Well, it came out earlier on Hulu in the States.
Right.
And so it's just now coming out in Canada. And I think there's like 4 episodes. And
it's good?
I really like it.
Really?
I really like it. Yeah. Because I love How I Met Your Mother. Like, if I think about it too much, I will cry. Because it's so good.
Oh my God.
It's like Friends, but I think it's funnier and it's a lot more emotional.
Yes.
Like it's you know, like Friends, yes, it's a love story, but like this is like a love story.
Yeah, like you get way more involved like you do in like a rom-com.
Yeah, like at the last season when it was airing, like literally the commercial would come up that like the last episode is coming, and I just like I would burst into tears every time. It's so good. I love it.
I think this is correct from what I've read before, but I don't think that Marshall knew that his dad dying was part of the script.
I don't know.
So I think when they told him that his dad died, that was a genuine reaction. I think that only Allison
God, I just can't even think about it.
And also, leading up to that episode, if you notice, in every episode, there's like a number shown somewhere, like at the restaurant that they're at, there's like a date on the calendar or like on the napkin holder. And so if you watch leading up to that episode, there's a countdown. In every single episode, there's a number countdown leading up to Marshall's dad dying.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I read a lot of those like kind of lists on BuzzFeed and stuff of like Easter eggs and shows, and I've read that a few different times. Okay, but I've never watched the show before.
Oh, you really should. You would love it.
I'm sure that I would. I just have never. And I like Neil Patrick Harris, but I don't like Barney, and so like I don't know why though. Because I've never seen it.
It's like, okay, well, he's like a total misogynist. Right. He's like a ladies' man.
Exactly.
But
it's funny.
But underneath, he has a heart, and so it's like. You can't hate him. You can't be mad at him.
Well, and like, isn't Robin from Canada?
Yes.
Yeah. So don't they like really like make fun of that a lot? Yeah. Yeah. I will watch it.
It's so good. You would really love it.
Do you like feel like you need to have watched How I Met Your Mother in order to watch How I Met Your Father?
You don't, but you won't appreciate it as much because there's a lot of How I Met Your Mother stuff.
Right.
Like
that makes sense.
They're in Lily and Marshall's apartment.
Gotcha.
And you know, there's just a lot of nods to it. So like you could, just it's not going to be the same. Appreciate it. It's like it's nostalgia. Like the first 2 or 3 episodes, I cried every time, but I probably wouldn't have if I had never seen How I Met Your Mother. Like the first one, they're like in memory of Bob Saget. Oh my God, if I think about that, I will cry.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
because he's the voice.
I see.
Of like old Ted.
Right.
So like you never see Bob Saget, but it's his voice. He's the narrator.
And you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's so good.
Interesting.
And then this is like total nostalgia. Spoiler alert. I'll just say Hilary Duff goes on a date with Josh Peck, which is amazing. Amazing. They're kissing, and I was like, oh God, like this would never have happened back Disney in the day. And Kurt's like, what do you mean? Like he didn't really know them on Disney Channel. Right. And so I show him a picture. I'm like, okay, so this was Josh Peck at that time, and this was Hilary Duff.
Yeah, like that never
they
would
never would have been kissing ever.
Never.
And like he's
or even in a show.
Cute.
Oh, totally.
He's so good looking, and he's just like a sweet boy, and I love him.
Aw, okay. Well, I'm like midway through watching Friends again, and so but I started season 1 like a week ago, and I'm already on season 5, so I'm sure like I'll like be done that soon, and then I'll consider watching it.
You would really love it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so good.
Speaking of crying, did you see that they're making a 2nd season of And Just Like That?
No, I didn't actually.
They have been approved.
I'm actually surprised by that.
I'm not watching it. I'm not going to watch it purely out of spite.
I'm going to watch it.
I just don't see why it's necessary.
Well, and it just, they didn't get that good of reviews.
They just wrapped up the whole last episode. Like it just I don't get it.
I'm surprised by that.
Me too. I just don't see why it's necessary. We don't need it. If you're doing it for us, we don't need it.
We didn't need the last season either.
No, we didn't.
Okay, the last thing I'm going to say about TV is yesterday it was announced that there is going to be a Real Housewives of New York reboot and They're calling it The Legacy. So there's going to be 2 series coming out of RHONY because the last season was so bad. So bad. Everyone hated it. And
so what does that mean?
Okay, well, historically, RHONY is an amazing show. It is one of the highest rated shows on Bravo. Right. It is funny. It is so good. Everyone loves it. And this last season was just total crap. And I think at the root of it is, you know, when the show first started, and same with Beverly Hills in Atlanta, it started off with like kind of like a group of friends. Not all of them knew each other, but like it kind of started off that way where, you know, you find one person for the cast and then they're like, oh, you know, who'd be good for this is my friend Ramona or like whoever, whatever. Yeah. So then after, you know, throughout the years, somebody leaves the show, they cast somebody and they just plop them into the already existing cast. Right. And that's how you end up with like a Leah and a Ebony situation.
And all this drama.
And then the 3 old bitches. Yeah. Like they would never be friends. Right. Ever. So that's kind of where they're going is, you know, also very problematic behavior from some of the older women on RHONY. So they've decided there's going to be 2 series coming out. So RHONY Reboot, all new cast, completely all new cast. Oh. They haven't really started searching for who's going to be on it yet. Potentially Ebony could be a part of it. But other than that, all new cast. They're trying to find a more diverse group of people that kind of represent what New York is actually about. You know, professionals, successful, diverse people.
Not just these crazy like Hampton bitches.
Exactly. So that's going to be RHONY Reboot. And RHONY Legacy is going to be more of the people that we already know and love. Like I think Dorinda would probably be on it. Kelly Ben-Simone will probably be on it.
I hate her.
I hope Ramona's not on it. I'm done with her.
I don't think she will be because didn't they fire her?
No. Oh. They haven't announced anything about Ramona.
But Bethany Frankel probably will be on it.
No, she will not. No? Absolutely not. No, I think she's really done with that part of her life. I listen to her podcast and I really keep on. I love Bethany. I would love if she would be on it, but I just don't see that for her. She doesn't even live in New York anymore.
Oh, I see.
She's moved out to Connecticut and then her fiance lives in Boston. So that's kind of where she's at. Like she's not in the city anymore. But I'm very excited for this because I like that it's like, you know, they had to do something different. What they were doing was not working clearly. And so I like that they're going to get an all new cast and I like that we're still going to see our old favorites, but I hope not Ramona.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Because you'd think at some point, like, they would just fire all the casts and then hire all new people. So I guess this is kind of a way of getting around
of both
that.
Worlds.
Right, exactly.
Because if they really did that, I think people would be outraged.
Right.
Like, all new cast, completely all new cast. Like, no one's ever done that before. Right.
But it gives them an opportunity now where if you want to watch that, you have that opportunity. But then your old favorites are still there. But they haven't even started filming or anything?
No.
Yeah, okay.
They haven't announced any cast and they haven't started filming.
That's very interesting. We'll look forward to that. Speaking of Bravo, I rewatched all of Southern Charm. Remember how we talked about how Madison was hooking up with A-Rod and how that was the baseball player that they were talking about at the reunion. But they said that at the time he was married.
Well, but they just were confused.
Okay, because that's what I was wondering about, because they kept talking about a married baseball player. Okay, so that makes sense, because I was like, well, there's no way that it was A-Rod then, because A-Rod and J-Lo weren't married. But that makes sense that, like, okay, because it's probably like a figuratively, like, he was married. Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, like, it's J-Lo. He might as well be.
True.
Also, she was hooking up with Jay Cutler. We talked about that already.
Yes,
and he was married.
Exactly.
Well, actually, he might have been separated by then. I don't know.
But isn't Jay Cutler a baseball player?
Football.
Thank you. I knew that, but yeah. Interesting.
Well, do we have anything else to talk about?
Not really.
We should probably save some content for next week.
Yeah, that's true, because if we use it all up right now, then we're going to have nothing else to talk about.
We'll just sit here in silence.
What a boring podcast that would be. I wonder if there are podcasts like that, like people who just like to listen to, like, the sound of, like, air. I don't know.
That would be just pointless. You could just listen to nothing instead.
That's true. Anyways, this has been magical. So thank you so kindly for joining us as always.
Thank you for listening. And we'll be back next week. Sorry, it's been so long.
See you then. Love you all.
Love you. Bye.